got the beautiful Crystal Hughes, aka Crystal Doll. I know you guys know her from various movies, playing different roles, with her latest role being Slide. So how has Slide been for you as far as the filming process overall? Was it fun for you? Has it been fun?
Yeah, like it's always a good time when I go and work with Mark. So like I always be prepared for it to be a good time. But yeah, it was cool. It was some long nights, but that's how the movie business works. But outside of that, everybody was easy to work with. Sometimes you have majority female cast. You worry about women being catty or it being weird energy. It was like a whole sisterhood. Like everything was good vibes. It was a good time. We had a ball filming that movie.
That's good. That's wonderful to hear. I actually that was one of my questions I was going to ask you was, 'cause developing relationships in film is important not only between the cast but also the crew members, the directors and producers. And I was going to ask you, how is it working with Mark? And you already answered that question saying that it's always fun working with Mark. Um, One of my friends, Kim Toomey, she actually did some of the casting for the movie, and she's pretty tight with Mark, and she always has very nice things to say about him. So
Mhm.
that's really good that you guys have that type of chemistry. So, what is your role in the movie? What's the name of your character?
Okay, my name is Susan. So SLIDE is the acronyms of our names. So the S in SLIDE stands for Susan. And I mean, without giving too much of the movie, Susan is just she's a sophisticated girl. I'm gonna put it like that. My character is a lawyer. So I'm very anal about a lot of things in the movie. My character is very straightforward. Um Witty. She says a lot of funny stuff, like, but it's not even in a funny way. You feel me? She be serious, but it come off that way. But like out of the friend group, I'm the serious one. Um, yeah, cause it'd be funny when you try to talk about movies that haven't dropped yet, and even though it's supposed to drop either today or tomorrow, you don't want to give it away.
You
But I'm
don't
gonna
want to
just
give too
say,
much. Yeah.
yeah. But I'm gonna just say that's what I will say. Susan is just she's laid back but very serious girl, business casual. You feel me? She a lawyer, sophisticated black woman. That's what I'm gonna say about
Sophisticated
her.
black woman. So is that like, is that what you like most about her? Is that she's a sophisticated black woman? Like, she's standing on business.
Yes, I loved that about her. Absolutely loved that about my character. Yes.
Good, good. That's awesome. So did you have any memorable moments while filming?
Um, Any memorable moments? I'm gonna say the most memorable moment for me was there is a party scene, and it get real. It go there. I'm gonna just say that, like it get real sticky icky in there, and it's just so funny because the girls know what's going on, but our husbands don't. So, like, everybody picking at each other, arguments popping off, and it's just like it's hilarious. That was my favorite scene to do because, like I said, it was like when you have a lot of people in one scene, sometimes it's hard to focus because we all know each other, so we was joking and playing around and stuff. But we knew when that camera came on, we got the business, we did what we were supposed to do. But it was just funny because the vibe of the scene was just us, how we are. So it was like easy to pull it off at the same time. Like it didn't even feel like working. It was a good time.
That's good. It's always good when work doesn't feel like work and you're just able to have fun.
Yes.
I know film sets can be pretty stressful at times, but that's good that you guys were able to have that energy on set like that. There
Hmm.
are a lot of familiar faces in Slide. I saw that Jacquees is actually he's the lead male. So how is that working with Jacquees on set?
Um, I mean, Jacquees cool. He like, normally when you go around people like that, well, for me, when I go around people like that, I just always stay myself, but I don't know what people temperature be. So like I really stay to myself until I see how people interact with the other people. And then once I see that they cool, then okay, all right, I'll speak. I mean, I already speak, but then it's now it's okay. I don't gotta worry about no funny business or anything like
Right.
that. Like, but he really cool, down to earth, really humble guy. He his baby had not been born yet. and they were having a baby shower soon, and I know that one of my rap gift to him wasn't to him, it was to his son. So I had went and got his baby some stuff, and then I had gave that
Aw.
to him. Yeah.
That's sweet. That's sweet. That's awesome. I know that. I think it's his debut in film. I don't think he's ever been in a movie before. So
So from my understanding, I think that he's done something before, but it never came out.
okay,
But like this is his first, like, yeah, like I'm in that. So yeah,
so
it is.
that's dope. That's pretty dope. So you, like myself, are a fellow Detroiter, and
Mm.
I know that you have been really excited, over the last 4 or 5 years that we've been getting so much recognition as far as the independent film industry goes. Do you have any advice to any newcomers, any up and coming actresses or any aspiring actresses that would like to get into independent film?
I'm just gonna let everybody know that being in the film industry takes dedication. It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of long nights. You're gonna get frustrated. Yeah, it's not it it's going to have glorious moments. You're going to feel very successful when you're done and when you see the finished product when it finally comes out. But I want people to know that it's not all sunshines and rainbows. You feel me? If you want to do this, it got to be something that you really want to do because it's in your heart to do it, and not because you just want to be on somebody's TV screen and say you did it. It never works out for those type of people. And my biggest thing to everybody, women and men, don't let nobody put you in a box ever. Ever. Don't allow anybody to typecast you. Be as open as you want to be with the characters that you want to play. And also don't be afraid to act. And when I say that, I mean a lot of us are worried about how other people perceive us or what they think of us. When you're an actor, you can't overthink and you can't think about it. You have to just do and whatever to get the job done. You might make some silly faces. You might be a character that's not cute. You might dress bad. You can't walk into the door thinking that you're going to be you. When you walk into that door to be your character, who you are goes away. Your persona disappears. You become that character. And you have to be ready to let down your walls and become somebody else to get the job done. Or else it's never going to come off authentic. It's not gonna give that vibe. So yeah, just get out your head. Get out your head.
Get out your head, guys. I think that's some awesome advice, especially um what you said about everything not being sunshine in this industry, whether it be anything entertainment affiliated, it often always gets painted as this glamorous thing. There is a
Mhm.
lot of hard work that goes on behind the scenes that people don't know, and when they're faced with it, they actually don't know how to handle a lot of things that come along with it. And so just taking the good with the bad and being able to stay mentally focused on what your goals are, I think that that's really important. And you gave out some pretty good advice there. So the one thing that I like about you, because I am a fan, is
Thank you.
that you are very humble. You are very humble and you're very sweet. Do you find it challenging to keep your humility in the midst of people in the entertainment industry who are, not so humble and not so sweet?
For me, uh, to honestly answer that question, I'ma say yes. There were times where I felt that it was difficult to remain my humbleness in certain positions, dealing with certain situations, because sometimes you gotta pop your shit in a sense of saying that you have to, because if you don't, people will try to make you feel like you are less than. And when you know what you're worth, you know what you've done, you know your accomplishments, you know who you are, you stand on that. And I have to do that sometimes because in this industry it's also a business, and the business side of it tends to make people become monsters. In all honesty, I've had people that I thought were friends, confidants, people that I thought that I was close to in this industry, and it ended up simply being a business transaction. In the entire time, because of my humility and the heart that I have, I'm thinking that I'm truly finding my tribe or people that I can be cool with, when in reality it's about how long they can use you for, and till you realize that, hey, this not this don't feel right. This don't look right. This not making sense for me. And the minute you wise up and you start to speak for yourself, you become a problem. And then certain people don't want to be associated with you. And that's what you're labeled as. I was always afraid of being labeled a diva or a problem. So now what it is I'm not neither one, but I do stand on my 10 toes down at all times when it comes to me, because I'm really past the point of being played with. And either you're going to respect that or you're not. We're going to work and we're going to get it right, or we're not. You feel me? So it's just like, even for me, for my brand, my niceness kind of messed me up because I was doing projects with people, and the level of dedication that I have to what I do didn't match theirs. So the finished product didn't come out how I expected it to. I come on set and I give my all, then you're stuck with the footage to do what you're supposed to do, and you have it because a lot of people look at this as a dollar sign, you know. They don't really love it. I love what I do. That's why I've done projects for free. That's why I've done projects for less than what my day rate is. But it's just come to a point now where I've done that, done that, done that. Now it's time to work. You feel me? So I'm trying to get to a certain level where it's beyond what I've been doing. You feel me? And sometimes people just look at you like you changing, or you not that sweet person anymore, when in reality you are. And that's why I had to go get a team, because I couldn't speak for myself. My humbleness and my niceness got me, you know, in bad business situations, because I didn't know how to tell a person, well, I don't agree with this, or I don't like that, and I don't want to be a problem. So I'm gonna be the one that at the end, when it's all said and done with, I'm beating myself up about it because I feel like I should have said something and I should have stood up for myself. So now I have a team that do the talking for me. You get mad at them, you don't get mad at me, because I'm not talking. They are. So sometimes you have to create that barrier and let people know this is business. We are friends, or I look at us as being friends, or we have a personal relationship, but business is separate from that. And you have to do that in this industry. You have to, because people will definitely walk over you.
Yes, it sounds like it's been quite a bit of a learning experience for you. And I'm glad that you were able to learn those things and apply the necessary tools to make sure that your career is as peaceful as possible going forward, and to protect yourself and everybody in general, because people don't know how to set boundaries sometimes when it comes to, work and personal life, work and play. Think lines can get blurred, lines can get crossed, and then you're ended up in a situation where, like you said, it's not the best.
Mhm.
I just want to touch on a bit about what you said with the unprofessionalism. When it comes to some of these projects, or I witnessed myself where things do fall through either in post production because they're not doing what they're supposed to do, um, or any other area of the crew where they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Do you think that that is happening a lot more in the Detroit film industry? Because I feel like it's good that we have a lot of these creatives that are coming out, but I feel like a lot of it, like you said, is just dollar signs. Like people, they're not really in it to learn the craft. They're just
Yeah.
doing something just to do it.
Yeah, it's not a professional setting. And like I said, when it get turned into a situation where it's a dollar sign, people are looking for the cheapest way to get that product out. So instead of going to get a professional gaffer, or a professional sound team, or a professional production team, period, they're gonna call their cousin and say, come hold this light for me. And then they're gonna call somebody else and say, order these sound things off of Amazon and we're gonna use these on set. And then the sound end up being bad, and then the lighting end up not being right for the shot. Or we gonna use my cousin house, and then you at the cousin house filming, and people walking in and out while you're trying to do your job, and it's distracting you, and it's supposed to be a closed set. It's those type of situations that make sets unprofessional and uncomfortable. And when you come in on your professional tip, and then me being who I am, I open my mouth. I'm like, if I see something going on wrong, I'm going to speak on it. If I see something not being shot correctly, I'm going to speak on it, because after doing this for so many years, I get behind the camera and I could do the job myself if I could do both. You feel me? But I can't. I have to trust that you're going to do what you're supposed to do so that we could do this the correct way. But because so many people just trying to make a dollar or trying to figure it out, we're being left with those type of situations. Then you get the movies that drop and you see booms in a shot, and you see, lighting not right or sound distorted. And it's because people like to take the cheap way out because they want to get the maximum amount of money that they can get back. When you love this, you're going to do the proper things. You're going to go into the proper channels. You're going to contact the correct people, and you're going to make your set be as easy to deal with as it can be for your actors and your production team and yourself. You feel me? Don't nobody want to be walking around like a chicken with their head cut off or stressed out while they're filming. Nobody wants to go through that because it makes you lose the love you have for what you're doing. But people got to get out of that. I know that it's a business, but I honestly think that people who don't love what they do shouldn't be doing this. This is not the industry. That's why they say creatives. Everybody on set should be a creative. Nobody should just be here strictly for a check. We should
Yeah.
all be creatives and really be pouring into the project. Everybody should feel like they want this project to be the best that it could be. And when you have people who don't care, who simply don't care, I'm just here for a check, you're not gonna get that same energy. And that's the problem. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a sad situation.
I know that you recently made a Facebook post that you were actually taking some acting classes down in Atlanta. I think for that speaks volumes about how much you care about your craft. There are a lot of people who don't feel like they need acting classes.
Oh
If
wow.
A, B, and C list actresses and actors are taking acting classes, that means that everybody who wants to be an actor or an actress should be taking acting classes. So have they been fun for you? Like at what point did you decide that you wanted to take the acting classes? What made you want to decide go and do that?
Well, to be honest with you, this is my first acting class with a class like of people. I've done one-on-one lessons when I
Wow.
was in Detroit. I worked with Henri Franklin, and he was really dope. He helped me a lot, and it's only so much growing that you can do. It's only so many people that you can reach out to in the city of Detroit that can really train you. See, Henri was trained in theater, and he went to school for it, and he's been on television, he's done commercials, he's done all of that. So when I look for people to train me, I look for people that have done it. You know, I can't, nobody who on the same level as me really can't teach me anything because we're doing the same thing. Not to say, not, not they can't. So being in a situation where I'm in Atlanta, Black Hollywood Mecca, I'd be a fool to not take advantage of all of the people who can help me and become way better than what I am. I absolutely do not feel like I am the best at all. That is the reason why I decided, okay, you know what? I need acting lessons and I'm gonna do this. And I'm so excited because when I went to my first class, I just being around creatives, period, people who do the same thing as you, and watching the different level of skills. It's crazy that I had been doing this for so long. I never did a monologue before. You feel me?
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd never done a monologue. I've seen people do them. I've heard people do the monologues. I've seen monologues, but I've never had to do one. I never went through. It's like I bypassed that process of having to audition for everything. And a lot of people, they'd be like, "Well, bring a monologue." Because I got so many calls or I was booked, I never had to go through that for real.
Yeah.
And then the auditions that I would have to do, they were just saying lines, on the doing self tapes with lines and not monologues. And it was crazy because I felt a little small when my teacher said, "Okay, on your first class, you have to do a monologue." I was scared because I'm like, I've never done this before. And it was like an eye opener, but I did a good job. I got a lot of pointers. I go back to my class on Wednesday to redo it with the pointers that I was given by the teachers to perform it in front of the class. I had just got it, so I had known some of it, so I still needed the paper a little bit. But even then, he was still impressed by what I was able to do with the paper. So I'm just excited to see where this is going to take me and how it's going to show on screen when I do my new projects in the future after taking this class.
Yes, you're gonna go far. It's gonna take you far. Your work ethic, and the fact that you're able to be so teachable. A lot of people, they aren't teachable, and that's why they don't grow. So you really love what you do. It shows, and you're gonna go places. You're gonna be big, girl. I can see it already. Everybody already knows that anyway. That's why you're able to bypass things. You know, it's just people can see. People can see when you are serious about your business. So congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So you've been really busy like the last few years. Um, it's the top of the year. Slides coming out tomorrow on Peacock, Tubi, and Pluto TV, guys.
Hmm.
So go and watch that. Do you have any other projects that we can look forward to this year, or we just gotta wait and see? Is it a secret?
No, not really a secret. I know Allure for a fact is coming out soon. Allure is a movie that we just premiered down here in Atlanta. I starred in that alongside Blue Campbell and Young Jock. That was really dope to do. I was really excited about that because these were people that I see on TV all the time. And to be, standing shoulder to shoulder in scenes, knocking it out with these people is like was super wild to me. And I just was like so honored to be able to be a part of that. The movie is really good. I'm super excited about it coming out. It will be releasing on Tubi soon. I hope sometime. We were thinking January, so we haven't got a drop date yet. So I'm guessing it's probably sometime in February. I know that that's coming soon. I have done so many projects. I don't want to leave nobody out as far as what's coming. That came to the top of my head because we just did a premiere for it. Also, a movie that me and Denzel did in Memphis with Creme, La Creme Films, Hurt People, Hurt People. That just premiered a few days ago. I know that it's supposed to be it's in line for distribution, so it should be getting a drop date for Tubi as well because I know that that's coming out. That movie is going to be so good. Um, I enjoy filming it. The story is a tearjerker. A lot of lessons to learn in that movie as well for my ladies, my young men as well. What to do and what not to do, and how to treat women and how to not treat women. Um, what else do I have coming out? I know that I did a production with Man Robinson called Broad Day. That should be coming out soon. I think that's going to drop on his app TVE first. I did that with Hydro. It was me, Hydro. The director Beezy was in it acting. His wife Tori was in it. Who Ebony Tate was in that one as well. That's going to be so good. That's going to be dropping. What else do we have? I just did Contract Killer too. I know that's probably in the editing phase. I did a movie called Night to Remember. It's a comedy. Denzel stars in that one. I just have like a really small role in that, not really something nothing big or whatever. But it's Denzel Jackpot and what is his name? Oh my God, I feel bad when I do stuff like this because I'm thinking and I don't want to miss out on nobody. Denzel Jackpot and he is very known in Detroit. He's a comedian, really, really funny. He always on the little comedy shows when they be coming. It's gonna come to me. I'm gonna think of his head. I'm so sorry if you see this interview about me not remembering. It's gonna come to me. Um, that's what it is. I got so many coming out. Tears of a Hustler season 2 is coming out. It already dropped on the TVE
Yeah.
app. People just got to pay $4.99 to see that right now if they want to. But a lot of people wait for Tubi, so I know that should be coming out to Tubi soon. I have a lot. I got a lot that I did in 2024 that's dropping in 2025 that I'm excited for everybody to see. Yeah. But if I did, which I know I forgot some titles, I'm always letting people know when things are dropping or on their way on my social medias. So just like always, just stay tuned to that. I'm gonna always let y'all know beforehand.
Awesome, awesome. So it's safe to say you're not going anywhere soon, and I love to hear it.
No, I'm not going nowhere.
Last question, because I know that we are only have a few minutes left here. So you're a pretty vulnerable person. You're very open and transparent about the different things that you go through, whether it be in your personal life or film.
Hmm.
Abstract Morph, that's the name of my show. It's really about how God takes a person in their darkest and molds them to be the best versions of themselves. I know that you're a woman of faith, you have a relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ. How has God helped you in your life to become the woman that you are today?
Tremendously. I wouldn't be who I am today without him. to be honest with you. I sit here with you staring in your eyes through this Zoom. I don't know how I made it through a lot of things. Like a lot of, I'm not gonna say I don't know. I made it through because of him. But a lot of stuff I went through in life, I know I wasn't supposed to. I'm sorry. I don't know why my phone is doing that.
No, that's okay. So
But
that's
yeah, I don't know. I've been through so much, and the things that I've been through were sent at me to throw me off because I wasn't supposed to make it back from them situations. I know a lot of people who wouldn't have made it back from them situations. But like what you said, God will definitely put you through your darkest moments to shape you into the person that you're supposed to be. And I believe that everything that I went through in the past was a test, and it was in preparation for the blessings that God is about to bestow on to me, and everything that he's about to hand me. He taught me how to work hard for everything that I have. For some reason, I've never been given anything easily because I had to work hard for it. And I believe that because I had to work so hard for everything that I got, he know that if he blessed me, I'm going to do the right thing with the blessing. I'm not going to squander it. I'm not going to play with it. I'm not about to give nobody else the credit for it. God did this, and I'm going to appreciate it and do what I'm supposed to do with it. And I do believe like that's why I had to go through everything that I had to. And he gave me the testimony because where he's about to put me in life, I'm going to have to I have to tell my story. I have to share my testimony because I know that it's going to help somebody. Even when I had my little moments where I speak on my DV situations, I have so many people that reach out to me in my messenger, in my DM, and they tell me thank you for sharing that because one, either it gave them the courage to share their story or it gave them the courage to leave. And that feels so good when somebody tells me you leaving and accomplishing everything that you're accomplishing right now makes me feel like I can go and still be the best that I can be. And that is a blessing. And it's just amazing that I can give somebody that type of feeling because, baby, you be feeling down in the dumps lower than the low when you going through those types of situations, and the person who putting you through it will definitely make you feel like you're not worth anything. So for me to be able to give people hope, that means so much to me, and I know that I have to use my story and my testimony to continue to help people and bring them out of those type of situations.
Amen. Amen. That's just so wonderful to hear. I can't personally, I can't wait to hear your testimony. I'm just so glad that you have a relationship with the Lord. So many people don't, and they're like you said, they're not able to come out of those situations that was sent by the enemy to destroy them. Because they didn't know who the Lord was. And so it is important for us as believers to continue to encourage people, to continue to encourage women who may be going through situations like, hey, the best is yet to come. This is not you. Your current situation is not you. Hold on to your faith and keep going. So yes, you definitely have a calling in your life for that. And I can't wait to see what God does for you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so man, it was been so cool talking to you. I'm gonna let you go now, and just thank you so much, Crystal. You're such a sweet person.
No, thank you for having me. I enjoyed this conversation thoroughly. I really did.